In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to overview the installation of the LIX document processor. So the first thing to do is to actually go and get the installer program for LIX, and we do that by going to the website www.lix.org, and from the introduction page we can navigate to the download page. Once we get to the download page, the binary executables that are presented to us vary. We've got ones for different types of operating systems. We're interested in the Windows binary for Windows XP, 2000, Vista and so forth, and at the time that this video is recorded, the one we want is LIX 1.6.4-1. So we click on that and we download it and we put it somewhere where we can execute it with administrative permissions and also with a reasonable amount of space available for temporary files. So once we've actually saved the LIX installer to somewhere where we can get access to it, obviously we run it. On Vista you get prompted for all kinds of security questions, just keep clicking yes. So here we have the standard installer. Click next. We agree to the license. The license is a GNU open source license, so you're not compromising any of your legal or moral rights by clicking agree, and you're then prompted for do you wish to install for just this user or for anyone. I would install for anyone. Click on that, and then the next thing that you're prompted for is to download Mictex. Now you can proceed here and install LIX without Mictex, but there's really not much point because you won't be able to generate PDF documents, thus defeating the whole purpose of the exercise. So I would recommend that you go with the default with the installer and click next. Select the language that you'd like to use for the interface. There's a selection here. Some of our students are not English as a first language speakers, so there's a selection there which will probably be okay for a wide range of people. We'll go with English, click next. Again, you're prompted for dictionaries. I would advise you to install the English dictionary and then click next again. You're prompted for where you would like to install the program. Go with the defaults unless you've got some very good reason to do so, and then click install. So we can see that the installer is first of all installing the various bits and bobs for the actual LIX application itself, and that takes a while. So I'm going to pause while that's oh no, there's the spelling being installed now. So I'm going to pause and maybe resume later on in the installation process. Downloading Mictex is going to take a while. It's about 400-500 megabytes, and you wouldn't want to start doing this unless you were confident that you had a good broadband connection. At various stages during the install process you will get prompted for agreement to various licenses and so forth. You can click away, they should be safe enough. So after a while the Mictex installer executes independently of the LIX installer, so we click next and we accept the Mictex conditions, nothing too onerous there, click next. Install for everybody on the computer and accept the default locations for installation. Prepare paper A4, install missing packages on the fly. Now Mictex only installs a kind of bare bones installation of LaTeX packages and so forth. It's not a big issue as long as you have a reasonable internet connection. What Mictex will do is it will look for the package. If it isn't installed in the local system, it will then present you with a dialog and say, can I go and install this package from the internet? So that's never a problem, as I said, as long as you have an internet connection. If you don't have an internet connection, that can be a bit problematic, in which case consult with me and I'll give you advice as how to get past that. In general, most people have decent internet connections, so installation of missing packages can take place on the fly. We start the installation process and we let that progress for a period. And we keep clicking next until we reach the end of the Mixtop Setup Wizard, and then close and let it execute, or let the Lix setup execute. Okay, so the Lix installer has resumed and it's going to continue now installing Lix. And as it does so, it checks the Mictex installation that we've just installed to see are all the various packages that the Lix application needs available. And it turns out that they're not, so you're presented with a dialog package installation. And really what it's saying is we need to install various packages. You'll be prompted for a package repository. Don't choose the random one. Set it to one from the internet. Click on connection settings. Is that right? No, you don't need connect. Well, maybe you do depending on your local internet setup. Packages will be installed from the internet, and then you'll be prompted for a LaTeX repository. I'll just bear with that for a second. And after a short period of time, it downloads a whole list of mirrors. And the mirror that we want, if you're in the college, especially if you're in the college, but anywhere really, is ftp heanet.ie, and that will be the fastest one for us. So we click finish and then click install, and it'll nip out to the LaTeX repository and download the necessary packages that are required. And again, we're prompted for another LaTeX package to be installed. I guess if we click this guy off and just click install, it will automatically install all the remaining other packages. And eventually we finish, and the next stage that we move on to is to actually run Lix. So that's what we'll do next. Okay, so at the end of the installation process, we were prompted, did we wish to start Lix, and we did. You should be presented now with the Lix interface, and by default, the first time that Lix runs, it presents you with a file, an open file, welcome to Lix. So we're not going to bother reading that at the moment. All we're going to do is to test that the installation has actually carried itself out properly, and that we can actually generate a PDF document. So we're not going to worry about the content of this file that's open at the moment. All we're going to do is move our cursor over the Adobe, the little button that has the Adobe symbol on it, and when we do that, we can see that a tooltip becomes visible, which is View PDF, and then brackets after that PDF LaTeX. Now you might recall that when we did the TextMaker LaTeX exercise in the first couple of weeks of the term, we had a similar type button, and what that did was it ran the PDF LaTeX compiler and converted the LaTeX source code into PDF. Well, this pretty much has the same functionality, except what it does is it converts the Lix source into LaTeX source, and then from LaTeX source it converts it into PDF. So basically all we need to do is click on that. As the compiler runs, down here at the bottom of the window we see information, feedback information. So at the moment it reads waiting for LaTeX run number 1. After a moment or two it disappears, and then what we should see is Adobe Reader start to execute, and we should see the rendered PDF document appear like that. So that's quite good. We've successfully managed to install Lix and the Mictex LaTeX distribution, and we've tested it by generating a simple document which was the help file. No problems.